Oh, hello. Regrettably, I don't have a normal vlog for you guys this week, but I wanted to film an update at, just like a little chit chat sesh, so I didn't leave you guys hanging entirely. But first, let's get into this week's weigh-in. So last week, I weighed in at 215.6 pounds. This morning, the scale said 213.8 pounds. So that is a weekly loss of 1.8 pounds, bringing our grand total to 43.2 pounds down. And honestly, I'm shook because I was not standing on business this week. Not at all. I did not do any of my normal workouts. I just went on a couple of walks. I didn't track macros at all. I ate out a lot. Granted, the choices that I was making weren't terrible. Like, I was having omelets and salads and stuff, like nothing crazy. I didn't go off the rails. But y'all know restaurant food is tricky. I also discovered the world of keto ice cream bars. These shits are processed to hell, but these shits are delicious. Not necessarily good for the body, but good for the soul. I've been eating one of those a day for the past 4 days. Luckily, that's all that's in the box, but the mint chocolate chip, good stuff. I even have like this whole ritual of how I eat it. Like, you have to like sit there and meticulously gnaw off like there's like a chocolate coating on the outside. You have to gnaw that off and then like take your time with the ice cream center. It's a whole thing for like my little sweet treat at the end of the night. And I also had no will to film either. That's why you're not getting a normal vlog, because I didn't film anything that I did this week. I get in these moods where I start feeling really weird about social media and about filming my life, and I'm like, what does it all mean? Like, granted, I am very prone to an existential crisis. I'm talking, it's a good day if I only have one a day. I'm just very in my head all the time. This week was no exception. It was a very cerebral week, and I'm kind of wondering if it had to do with my latest therapy sesh. I started seeing a new therapist a couple weeks ago now, and I've had a couple of sessions with this lady. She's good so far, but like, she brought up like a new thing for me to try, which is internal family systems. And I don't know if you've heard about that, but she just like mentioned it our last session. Like, we didn't like delve into it. We didn't explore it any further. She just like kind of mentioned it as something that I maybe want to try. And I was like, okay, I'll look it up. My ass goes full-blown research hole. Okay. So like, I've already read a whole book on this topic. I've done some journal exercises. I went full-blown overachiever, and I'm not completely sure how I feel about it, because the concept of internal family systems, to me, a little bit scary, but I also get it. Okay, like, it makes a lot of sense. Basically, without getting like too much into it, making this video super long, it's basically saying that the mind isn't just like this one solitary thing. It's made up of like all of these different parts. Like when you say like, a part of me really wants to do this, but another part of me just does not want to do it. It's kind of that, but like, the way they talk about it in the book that I read, they make it sound a lot like dissociative identity disorder in a way, except for it's definitely not that. I want to make that clear. It's just like a non-traditional way of looking at the mind, and it kind of like freaked me out a little bit because, again, existential crises, and I have problems like I'm just very in my head about different perceptions of reality and all of this stuff like all of the time. But like, the intention of like the internal family system is just to kind of like tease out old wounds and realize like what these certain parts of you that like endured some trauma need in order to feel better and take on like more helpful roles within the system that is your mind. It's a whole ass thing, and I don't even know if you're interested or like want me to get into this, but we do not have the time in this video. Okay, but I'll link the book that I read down below, and like, if you're curious, you can look into that. Yeah, just know that it had me in a complete tailspin for the first half of this week. And then the second half of this week, I get my results back for the female sex hormone panel and cortisol tests that I did like a couple weeks back, and the results for both abnormal. So I am just waiting with bated breath for the doctor's like official notes on it, like interpreting it, telling me what it means. Because, of course, like, I looked into it, like I chat GPT'd that shit, and very interesting. Like, because I have PCOS, I was expecting it to come back abnormal, but not in the way that it came back. But based on what I researched, I am really glad that I decided not to go back on hormonal birth control, because if that's not the reason that my lab results were the way they were, it would potentially make them worse. Again, the doctor hasn't interpreted my results yet, but this is just me reading the signs. But I am very hopeful that this will lead to some answers. I will keep you posted. But yeah, this week has definitely been a lot more thinking and a lot less doing, which is ironic because I know that like when I work out and stuff, it kind of helps take me out of my head, you know, that mind-body connection or whatever. So I know that I would have benefited from working out more, but I just did not do it. And I don't know, I guess I just feel okay about that. I know I definitely didn't practice like a lot of discipline this week, but also I didn't go completely off the rails either. Everything's just like a freaking balance, you know? Like you see like these guys on social media that are like super rigid, like super disciplined, whatever. And it's inspiring for like a little bit of time, but also you really look at them and they just kind of look tortured to me. Anyway. There's got to be a place in between super disciplined and not disciplined at all. That's probably the sweet spot. And I feel this way now, but in weeks prior, you know, I was like kind of wanting to rush the weight loss and all of this stuff, just like get to this goal. Almost this scarcity mindset, like this motivation or whatever that I have is just going to go away rather than having actually made some sort of change. But I don't know. In this moment of time, I feel pretty okay, despite not being like 100% on board with the mission. I don't know, it's hot as shit in this car. I don't know if you can see my face flushing and me literally dripping sweat, but I gotta turn this air back on. So I just want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!